Hello, have you been keeping up with my short videos on stress? So I think I'm on about number 7, something like that. If you haven't caught the rest of them, you can go back and have a look. But basically what we're talking about here is what I perceive and believe to be the number one cause of dis-ease in our 21st century living, which is stress. So we've already talked about the physiological differences between men and women and why men cope with stress better than women do. We've talked about the effects of the actual stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, and what effect those have on our systems, specifically on 2 systems. One of those is our hormonal system, so the relationship between cortisol and estrogen is really strong, but also on cortisol and insulin and how this is making us a nation that is much more prone to insulin resistance and to type 2 diabetes. I've set you little tasks, or one little task actually, which was to understand the difference that you have between the stresses in your lives that are perceived, so the ones that are obvious to you, and the ones that are unperceived, so those hidden stresses that we all kind of take a bit for granted. They're things that are our norm, if you like. And the exercise was to make a list, to journal your life in terms of those stresses, those obvious ones and the not so obvious ones. So today what I want to be able to do is to give you a little bit more insight of how you can make this exercise work for you a little bit better. And so we're going to break it down. So one area that is really important and I think is kind of up there with probably the most important is your relationships. So we've all heard the expression, you are the result of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. So when you're doing this exercise, you can break this specific one down with a heading called relationships. And so what we're talking about here is, who are the people in your life that fill you up, that make you feel good, that make you feel loved, that you love in return? And equally, who are the people that are draining your energy? Who are the ones that are sapping you of the joy in your life? Who are the ones that are more negative and therefore keeping you at a lower vibration, if you like? And who are the ones that kind of fall somewhere in the middle that you've just kind of become familiar with, but they're not really benefiting you, they're just habit, if you like. So have a real look at those personalities in your life. Some of them you might choose to distance yourself from. Other ones that are there because maybe they're your relatives, it's difficult for you to distance yourself physically from, but actually maybe you can find a way to deal with a slight distancing in an emotional sense. And then how can you find more of the people that fill you up and make you feel loved and that you love? Because this, I've discovered, is the thing that has made me the most happy, is finding people that are on the same vibration as me, if you like. So as my joy and happiness has increased, the people that are like me, who have more joy and happiness in their lives, are more accessible to me, and I find myself spending more time with them. So that's your task today, and your second task today is to really also look at the relationship with yourself. This is the biggie, and this is the big lesson that I've learned over the last 2 years, is to really look at my own personal self growth and to understand that in order to love and accept myself, I have to be able to kind of look inwards, because when I learned to love and accept myself totally, then the relationships with those people on either side of the scale have become so much easier, and it means that I'm able to choose the people that I want to be with and to distance myself with love from the people that no longer serve me. So if you resonate with this, then please like this, share this, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next video.